Good morning, Philip here. I'm going to dive straight in. Today I'm reading the beginning of chapter 7 in my book, Menu for a Spiritual Revolution, Health, Harmony and Happiness. And this video is book extracts number 8. Here's the beginning of chapter 7, which is called Learning, the Mother of All Skills. Fear of failure is our nemesis, the destroyer of the life force in us. We are subconsciously petrified of being seen to be ignorant or unhappy, and this primal energy blocks our evolution. Yet, most of us are ignorant or unhappy most of the time. Our fear is grounded in reality. We fear what we are, yet pretend we are not. And the greater fear is that we shall be found out for what and who we are. There is one glorious path out of this horror show: learn how to learn. And we're talking proper learning. Which one is the odd one out? Being taught, being told, being led, being educated, being learning. And I'll add another one that wasn't in my book, being understanding. Yeah, the last two, being learning and being understanding, are the odd men out. You have to do it yourself. But if you think about schools, and when you went to school, or if you're currently at school now, what do they ask you to do for yourself? It's not learning, because they're teaching you, they're educating you, they're telling you, they're requesting you to comply, they're testing you, they're doing everything. You're doing nothing. All you're doing is receiving their knowledge and memorizing it so you can pass the test, and then you just go through the system. And then you become an adult, and this promising life doesn't seem to lead anywhere. Learning, and I specifically mean skilled and enjoyable learning, is the foundation for your transformation. And remember, my book, Menu for a Spiritual Revolution, is all about transforming yourself, because we all need a transformation. Only you can do it for you. Teachers, gurus, self-help guides, books, all can offer you some help, but only you can do the learning. Committing to learning makes us responsible for our own life. It liberates us from dependency on others, and it enables and empowers us. Learning is the bee's knees. Oh dear, learning. Now I could speak for hours on this topic, so I better not do that. I could rant and rave, I could do all kinds of things. Look, everybody knows that our world is in serious trouble at the moment. We're in very turbulent times, and whether we like it or not, everything's changing, and we don't like it. In our psyche, in our subconscious minds, we resist change. People often say, well, we fear the unknown, but I think really what it's about is that we fear losing the known. And it's not even necessarily we, because as I explore in my book, it's our ego, it's the ego voice within us, which is not us, it's part of us. So, and one day, let me tell you a quick story. I was working at the university here in Chiang Mai, and I was with my colleague who was a bit older than me and much more professorial than I was. And we got on very well together, and to'd and fro'd, and we usually agreed on everything. But he was much more academic and rigorous than myself. And we decided to say, well, what's education all about? What is it? Can we cut it down to the nub? And we both said, well, education is change. Now, if you resist change, or if your inner voice resists change, and if most of the human world resists change, why are we resisting change? Because ultimately speaking, change is life. So if we're resisting change, we're resisting life. And therefore we're the walking dead. Now look, if you're having a lovely meal, don't change it. If you're sitting down having a beautiful day, don't change it. But that's not the point. Change is ever present in our life. It's the constant. So my point here is, if we've got problems navigating change and we resist it, that is because of our schooling. That's my thesis. we don't know how to change. We haven't got the skills. We haven't got the knowledge. The schools are literally giving out an anti-education. It's anti-social and it's an anti-education. We sit in rows and columns for years, for thousands of hours of classroom time. Rows and columns. Now, we're a social animal. We were created as a social animal, and our formative years we sat in rows and columns. We don't talk to each other. There's no eye contact. There's no facial interaction. There's no body language. And we're just looking forwards. Who are we looking forwards to? At the external authority, the fount of all wisdom, the bringer of all knowledge. And during schooling, it's the teacher we view as the person who has the authority and the knowledge, and if we don't accede and comply, we will fail our tests, and society will fail us, and we're going to struggle as an adult. That's the message. It's drummed into us over centuries. Mark Twain said in the 1800s, "I never let my schooling interfere with my education." So what's happening is we're not learning. And I think what I'll do is, this video go on too long, so in my next video I'm going to talk about what learning is in my classroom. Real learning, not just memorising. And memorising is a form of learning, it's one of dozens of sub-skills. But that's all they do, that's all they give us. And they, you know, they don't develop us, we don't know who we are. Everything we're taught is out there, nothing is inside us. What did they teach you about your body and how your body works? What did they teach you about your mind and how your mind works? What did they teach you about the web of life out there and how you and me are intricately interconnected with that web of life? Did they develop your listening skills, your reading skills, your writing skills, your speaking skills? Did you learn to articulate yourself and share your understandings of the world? Did they ask you to practice reflecting on things, questioning, challenging, exploring, inquiring? These are all aspects of the learning skill. And so I think this video's good as it is. Change is an ever-present, and the successful human beings, and to me success is being happy and healthy and living in harmony. The successful human beings are the ones who navigate change the best. And in fact, quite often they will embrace change. They'll be at the vanguard of change. They won't be resisting it, they won't be just accepting it, they'll be actively engaging in it. And that is evolution. And in order to do that, you must be a skilled learner. And in order to be a skilled learner, you must be a skilled listener and a reader and an observer. And you must be skilled in articulating your thoughts, your ideas, your understandings, without fear of anybody cutting you down or telling you that you're an idiot or whatever. Because the point is, if I think I understand something, if I don't tell anybody, I never get to test it. Whereas if I think I understand something and I tell you and I tell somebody else, and they all say, "Phil, you've got all that wrong. Blah, 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 this is why you've got it wrong." Ah, yes, I see that now. So I was wrong, but now I'm right, and now I'm more right about more things, or I understand more things, and that's learning for you. So, okay, that's the end of number 8. I'll come back in a minute with number 9 video, and I'm going to continue the theme of education, and I've got a little bit more to read from chapter 7, but basically what I'm doing, this is my book, and if you like my videos, if you like these videos, this is my latest series, and if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, like my video, comment on it, question me, challenge me, ask me anything you want to ask me. I'm very happy to answer questions. As a teacher, of course I answer questions, but I did much more questioning of my students, and I taught the art of asking questions. Now you go and ask questions in the world and see what happens to you. People don't like it. But how do you learn if you can't ask questions? Bye bye for now.